One of Mike Johnson's secrets has been exposed. Don't worry, Johnson. Not one of those. This one's political. See, because while the Republicans have got their marching orders, it's to scramble to investigate Democrats instead of actually like doing anything, passing any meaningful legislation. Oh, and by the way, one of their biggest targets apparently is going to be investigating Joe Biden. After all this, just like we said they would, they're going to be investigating Joe Biden for his pardons. There is one person that you might have expected would be investigated, that it doesn't look like they're actually going to do that. And they didn't get a pardon. They apparently don't need one because they've got something even better than that. That is Cassidy Hutchinson. Now, you might not remember Cassidy Hutchinson, but she popped up during the January 6th hearing investigation because she was there in the Trump administration. She saw the planning leading up to it. And more importantly, she was there on the day seeing all that was not being done to stop the violence, to stop the attempt to overthrow the election. And so she was a very powerful witness in that way. Now, that's the exact sort of person that you would expect they would try to now destroy. I mean, they're gonna be going after Liz Cheney and probably Schiff or whatever, although I think he got a pardon, but not in this case. And why is that? Well, a Mike Johnson aide apparently discouraged them subpoenaing Hutchinson over concerns about lawmakers, quote, sexual texts. And that is gross even before you know more about it, but we're gonna tell you more about it. So apparently, multiple members of Congress were all, I guess, uncoordinated, sexting at, I'm sure, rather than with Cassidy Hutchinson. Because I guess she's a young woman, she's in the Trump administration, and they're just a bunch of predators. And so they're sending God only knows what. I hope it only came in the form of text. Maybe there was photos as well. Maybe there were videos, we don't know. And they don't want us to know. So anyway, a Johnson aide apparently told Representative Barry Loudermilk, so he was in charge of one of the committees that was figuring out who to subpoena, that multiple colleagues had raised concerns with the Speaker's office about the potential for public disclosure of those sexual texts who are trying to engage in sexual favors with Hutchinson, according to correspondence provided at the time that detailed the conversation. So every bit of this is disgusting, but I also love, it's like Barry Loudermilk could be like, okay, so who do we got? We're gonna get Liz Cheney, we're gonna get Cassidy Hutchinson, and a bunch of people they just start sweating. Break out in sweat and they run to Johnson's office. No, you know what I did? I took so many small weenie pics and sent them to her. They can't come out, you gotta protect me. And so Loudermilk had publicly talked about subpoenaing her. It didn't happen because I guess those texts were pretty bad, I suppose. And so anyway, Johnson's gonna deny it, and we can get to that. They've got multiple sources. It's the Washington Post, which maybe is still worth something, we'll see. But anyway, Brett, what do you make of this?
Surprisingly, the grossest thing in this whole story is the name Loudermilk.
It is kind of gross, yeah.
I don't want the volume of your milk. Yeah, no, this is a they are who we thought they were type of moment. It's like, yeah, they obviously, like I saw Cassidy Hutchinson, I was like, damn, she looks good. And these guys were like, well, I have a modicum of power. Please look at my modicum of power. Send. Like the only people that didn't object were the ones who were like, oh, thank God I just Google image search to Wang and sent it to her because they won't be able to match it. I don't want to be in a weird like discolored penis Michael Jackson situation before the court. Bring it on.
So anyway, yeah, the whole thing is good. Johnson says, I had nothing to do with that. The decision not to issue a subpoena was made by a chairman of the committee. But but that's what we're saying. Yeah, no, he was the one who decided not to do it. But did people tell him not to do it because they were worried about the Wang pics coming out? And again, oh, Mike Johnson, oh, he's such a Christian. Oh God, he loves family values and all that. Oh, weird that he apparently was complicit in protecting this stuff from coming out. But as annoyed as I am about Mike Johnson, I do have to say, that's in the past. Going forward, you know who's got some homework now?
Who?
Marjorie Greene, because she said we need to expose these elite predators in government.
Dude, it seems like they're exposing themselves in DMs.
They apparently were exposing themselves. They were targeting a young MAGA aide, a woman in the Trump administration. They're trying to take down and be predators on someone just trying to do their best to help Donald Trump make America great again. So Marge, you know what to do. Go, you're perfectly comfortable showing dick pics in congressional congressional hearings. Get those text messages. Release the tiny weenies.
John
Not gonna do it.
bleeps himself on the word ass earlier, but then says the D word.
It's so strange that you can say the one but not the other. That makes no sense.
Exactly.
And somebody needs to stand up against that.
John's like, can we say the S word? No, you can't. It's fine. I don't care
that.
But like, I take it back. It isn't Loudermilk. I just forgot the name Mike Johnson, and that is the grossest thing, especially when you understand that the guy's overall vibe is a penis with like a lot of hairspray and like reading glasses from the 90s. But I have a device to make all well. I have a thing that will cure this and really verify whether there is illicit material on all the phones, and that is Mike Johnson mandating that all the Congress people install the same software on their phones that he and his son have on their phones to notify you when there is some really creepy stuff. That's all I have to say about that.
I love it. I love it. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.